Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're talking about an animal you've probably seen 100 times, flitting around a pond or a garden. But what if I told you this delicate, beautiful insect is one of the most successful predators on the entire planet? We're talking about the dragonfly. When you think of apex predators, you probably picture lions or great white sharks. A lion's hunt is successful about 25% of the time. A peregrine falcon, diving at incredible speeds, has a success rate around 47%. The dragonfly? It catches its prey up to 97% of the time. That isn't just good, it's almost perfect. This isn't luck. It's the result of 300 million years of evolutionary fine-tuning, creating a microscopic killing machine. So, how do they do it? It starts with their flight. Dragonflies are the helicopters of the insect world, but even that comparison doesn't do them justice. They can fly up, down, sideways, and even backward. They can hover in place with perfect stability. This is possible because they can control each of their four wings independently, giving them a level of aerial agility that is almost unmatched. They can also hit speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, making them one of the fastest insects on Earth. But speed and agility aren't enough. A dragonfly doesn't just chase its food. That would be too simple, too inefficient. Instead, scientists have discovered they use a complex strategy called interception steering. A dragonfly calculates the flight path of its target, say a mosquito or a fly, and then plots a course not to where the prey is, but to where it's going to be. It adjusts its own flight path in real time to intercept it. This is predictive targeting, a feat of complex neurological processing that happens in a fraction of a second. To perform these calculations, they need incredible data, and that data comes from their eyes. A dragonfly's head is almost all eye. It's dominated by two massive compound eyes, each containing up to 30,000 individual lenses, called ommatidia. This gives them a nearly 360-degree field of vision. They can see you coming from almost any direction without even turning their head. During a hunt, the dragonfly locks its prey in the most acute part of its vision. As its body zips and turns through the air, it counter-rotates its head to keep that target perfectly centered, feeding its brain a constant stream of information about the prey's speed and direction. To complete the hunt, they add a layer of stealth. They often attack from below and behind, exploiting the prey's natural blind spot. Once they're in range, they use their spiny legs to form a basket-like net, snatching the unsuspecting victim right out of the air. The whole thing, from spotting the target to capture, can be over in less than half a second. And this predatory prowess starts early. Even before they have wings, as aquatic larvae called nymphs, they are formidable hunters, preying on other insects, worms, and even tiny fish and tadpoles. This brings us to the dragonfly's fascinating double life. The aerial acrobat we see is only one half of the story. Dragonflies live a life in two worlds, which is central to why they are so important. They undergo what's called incomplete metamorphosis, with three life stages: egg, nymph, and adult. It all begins when a female lays her eggs in or near water. Some species dip their abdomen into a pond to lay them, while others cleverly insert them into the stems of aquatic plants or damp soil. A few weeks later, the eggs hatch, and a wingless, aquatic nymph emerges. This is the longest part of a dragonfly's life. Depending on the species, the nymph stage can last anywhere from a few months to several years, all of it spent entirely underwater. They breathe through internal gills located in their abdomen and are just as predatory as the adults. They have a unique weapon, an extendable, hinged jaw that can shoot out in a flash to catch prey. As they grow, they molt their exoskeleton multiple times. Then, after years spent underwater, the final transformation begins. The fully grown nymph crawls out of the water, climbing onto a plant stem or a rock. For the first time in its life, it starts to breathe air, Its exoskeleton splits open along its back, and the adult dragonfly slowly, painstakingly, pulls itself out. It's a vulnerable moment. It then has to pump fluid into its brand new, crumpled wings to expand them, and into its abdomen. After drying and hardening for a few hours, it takes its first flight, leaving its old aquatic life behind forever. This adult stage, the one we are all familiar with, is actually the shortest part of their life, lasting only a few weeks to a couple of months. Its entire purpose during this time is to hunt and to reproduce, starting the cycle all over again. This intricate life cycle, so intimately tied to both land and water, is what makes dragonflies exceptional bioindicators. A bioindicator is a living organism that gives us clues about the health of an ecosystem. Because dragonfly nymphs spend so much of their lives in the water, they are extremely sensitive to what's in it. The presence, abundance, and diversity of dragonfly species in a wetland, river, or lake provides a quick and clear assessment of that environment's health. If the water is polluted with pesticides from farms, fertilizers from lawns, or runoff from factories, the dragonfly nymphs are among the first to suffer. These pollutants can kill them directly or contaminate their food sources. A thriving, diverse population of dragonflies is a sign of clean water and a robust, functioning ecosystem. Conversely, if dragonfly numbers start to decline, or if certain sensitive species disappear altogether, it's an early warning sign. It tells us that something is wrong with the water, long before we might notice it ourselves. They are the living barometers of our freshwater ecosystems. And right now, these barometers are signaling trouble. Despite being on this planet for over 300 million years, surviving mass extinctions and ice ages, dragonflies are now facing a multitude of threats, most of them caused by us. The first global assessment of dragonflies by the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species revealed a startling fact. 16%, or 1 in every 6 species of dragonfly, is at risk of extinction. The single biggest threat is the destruction of their homes. Wetlands, the marshes, swamps, and free-flowing rivers they depend on, are being destroyed at an alarming rate for urban expansion and agriculture. It's estimated that a significant percentage of the world's wetlands have been lost, and that trend is continuing. Without these habitats, dragonflies have nowhere to lay their eggs, and their nymphs cannot survive. Pollution is the second major blow. Pesticides and herbicides used in farming run off into waterways, contaminating the very water the nymphs live in. Industrial pollutants and untreated sewage degrade water quality, making it inhospitable. And then there's climate change. Rising global temperatures affect water levels and reduce the amount of dissolved oxygen in the water, which can be fatal for the aquatic nymphs. It can also disrupt the delicate timing of insect emergence and the availability of their prey, throwing the entire ecosystem out of balance. The decline of dragonflies is more than just the loss of a beautiful insect. It's a symptom of the degradation of our planet's most vital resource, fresh water. Wetlands provide essential services for everyone. They purify our water, they control floods, they store vast amounts of carbon, and they are hotspots of biodiversity. By protecting dragonflies, we are also protecting these crucial ecosystems that we all depend on. The good news is that conservation efforts are underway. Around the world, projects are working to restore and create new wetland habitats. Others are focused on improving water quality by advocating for reduced pesticide use and better wastewater treatment. And you can play a part. Public awareness and citizen science projects, where people can help monitor local dragonfly populations, provide invaluable data for scientists. Even small actions can make a big difference. Creating a small pond in your garden, even without fish, can become a breeding ground for dragonflies. Choosing to avoid pesticides on your lawn prevents harmful runoff. Supporting organizations dedicated to protecting wetlands helps on a larger scale. Dragonflies are ancient survivors, masters of the hunt, and a living link between our water and our air. They are a testament to the intricate beauty and delicate balance of nature. So the next time you see a dragonfly, with its iridescent wings catching the light, take a moment. Appreciate not just its graceful flight, but the vital message it carries. Its presence is a sign of health, a symbol of a thriving ecosystem, and a call to action for all of us to protect the fragile, watery worlds upon which they, and ultimately we, depend.